Warning, the following contains material that may be too disturbing to some people. Descriptions of violence, mature situations, and adult themes. This is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Alright. Looks like we might have some people rolling in here. Hello. Hello?
Hello.
Okay. Just making sure you guys can hear me because I'm having some audio troubles.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
hear you.
All right. Cool. Well, big thanks to you for hooking us up with the music and everything.
Yeah, I see you found at least one that you like.
Yeah. So like another thing I was gonna do is like I'm just doing. I always run intro music, and I'm just doing it through Roll20 now instead of only on my end, in case I don't know you guys wanted to hear it too. So, I don't know. So yeah. I found quite a bit of it that I really like, actually.
That's good.
Yes, it is. It's like a whole new world. Now I still got to go through a lot of it.
Yeah,
but
there's so much.
yeah, there's tons. But I found great stuff to use, like even for the other show and just all kinds of stuff.
Cool.
So, yeah. All right. So, did you guys have a good Easter?
Yeah, I took my dog for her first walk that wasn't in our backyard. And she did pretty well, better than expected.
Right on. Good doge.
Yeah.
I was really unproductive and it was great.
Yeah.
Easter is one of those holidays I ignore.
Okay.
Just ate a lot.
Right. It's just another day. It's just a lazy day.
Yeah. It's a great day to eat the food and hang out with the families.
Easy day.
All right. Sorry, I'm just adjusting a few things. Okay. I think we good. Davey. All right. Well, did I show you guys emotes yet? The channel's got emotes and stuff, and we've got our sub button on Twitch. We're officially affiliate now.
Fancy.
So we got all the fancy stuffs. I'll spam some emotes in the chat. I don't think anybody's in here, but just to show them off a little bit.
My Twitch is loading.
I just got some basic ones for now. We gotta do stuff to unlock all the other stuff. Okay. Does anybody want to talk about what happened last session?
Did a lot of sneaky.
There was sneaks
And-
to be had for sure.
Hello?
Hey guys, welcome to the show. Sorry, it's been a crazy week. I remember Havoc bought somebody some tea. Dressed as like a stage performer with little wooden wings wired to his body.
Icarus wings.
Yeah. Did we lose somebody?
No, I think we're all here.
It looks like everybody's here, but I see him said internet is lagging really hard, and
Kyo can't hear anyone. So we're all here, but not all here.
Let's give it a second. Let's give it a second.
Okay,
Make sure
disconnecting and
everybody-
reconnecting, I think fixed it.
Yeah, just technological
Maybe.
difficulties, folks.
Good.
Yeah, you guys. So last week, you guys bought a room at the inn and every district in the city. Basically, that happened, right?
All but the temple. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Assuming.
Yeah. I don't think there's inns in the temple
I was
district.
gonna say, assuming there's inns there.
there's probably beds, but just not. I don't think there's inns there. But yeah, you guys did a lot of that. Havoc snuck everyone over the wall into what was it, Jade District?
Yep.
Successfully did that. And then we saw like a cut scene of folks that had been spying on you guys, basically. Right, with the maid turned out to be. Did anybody catch what the maid was, or have any guesses?
she was that changeling,
That's close.
somebody who's after us and is a changeling in league with a spider
Yeah,
and some other dude.
like a giant white translucent spider and some kind of posh guy who we didn't see his face. We just kind of heard his voice. But you guys the characters didn't see any of that. That was just for the audience. Until you guys were spying on Crudyat's pad, and Ambien happened to have see invisibility up or something.
Mhm.
He was checking out the magic that was on the gates to see, like, he saw runes on the gate and then the spider.
Yeah, and spotted the spider spying on you guys. Wow, that's like a hard thing to say. And yeah, which
Hello?
hey, hello, you there? You
Can
hear us?
you hear us, Kyo? That's a no.
That's a negative. Check voice and video settings, maybe. Discord been doing some weird stuff lately.
Well, if you can't hear us, that doesn't help.
Yeah, I'll type it. I guess I'll type it too.
I'll type it, don't worry. You
Okay.
go ahead and do what you were doing.
Right. So spotted the spider. Spider spotted you spotting him and ran away. Then you guys had your little let's send T into Crudyat's building and see what happens. It's like your Trojan horse, just to see what
Hello,
security
can you
was.
guys hear me?
Yes, we hear you. Can you
We
hear
can
us?
hear you.
Okay, cool. I can hear you now.
Okay,
Woohoo!
cool.
Yay!
Welcome, welcome to the game. Yeah, we're
Sorry about
just
all
no,
good.
you're fine, man. We're just covering what happened last time.
that. Gotcha.
Yeah. So the T did not make it in, I guess.
Nope.
And yeah, he was like turned away at the gate or whatever.
We learned that the guards aren't incompetent, so there's that.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah.
They checked a book.
What?
What?
They checked a book before they decided whether the guy could go in or not.
Yeah, they had like
Right. So we learned that probably things like that are scheduled in advance.
you did notice runes on the walls, like warding on the stone walls. There were none on the wooden wall around the garden courtyard area. And you didn't get a good look at the other side. Like there's the garden area would be like on the left side, there's like the manor in the middle, and then there's like another side, like on the right side, which is kind of all encased by like the manor on one side, but also just stone boarded walls. It does seem probably like that's you might have gotten the gist of the patrols probably were going and coming from that direction. They weren't necessarily going towards the gardens at all. I think we talked about that. There's no patrols along the walls in the garden area at all. I think we mentioned that. Is that sort of where we left off with you guys out there planning?
Last thing that happened was us seeing the spider. Well, Ferdy seeing the spider.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you
And he
guys
told us.
want,
And yeah, telling us.
we can pick up right there, and I need you guys all to roll initiative. No, I'm just kidding. You don't gotta do
Darn it.
that.
Outside his estate.
Yeah, see, Wolf knows what Lynette was. Cool. It is here. Let me just put this. It is Garks and
Oh, Garks.
let me check. I just want you guys to have what I've got written down here. Lynette is. It's like Lanette, kind of.
I was guessing.
No, it's all good.
It's close enough.
Yeah. That's okay. Just in case it matters for your notes, it may never matter. Yeah. Okay. So that's where we fade back in with the spider getting away from you guys, scrambling over the rooftop to get out of sight.
Whoa. Who says it's getting away?
I mean, I think we had said that it scrambled away, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember Ambien being like, did it go into thinking it went into Crudyat's manor, and I was like, no, it went the opposite direction.
And as far as I know, we're not actually this spread out, right? Like we're all grouped up over here somewhere.
Yeah, that's fair to say. We can move all you guys over there if you want.
So that was where the tea cellar was, and then we had gone from this side to that side doing some scouting.
Absolutely.
Monsters.
So
yeah, have you already told us about the spider, or no? I forget.
Yes. I believe I mentioned something about the spider, and then Meryn doesn't know anything about it because he's not in the mind link.
Yeah, he
Oh,
said
right.
it in the mind link. The spider.
I will just. Is it fair to say that now I can have more people in it? I can just include him, or do I need to cast it? Yeah.
I mean, do you have a special thing? If you don't have the ability to do it, I mean, what are you asking me?
Do I need to recast it, or can I now include him because I have the ability to include him?
Oh, if you have the ability to include him, then sure, that's fine.
All right. So I will just say that I strain and try to bring him into the link, and it works.
Okay.
No, that's
So now that's everybody.
So
Finally.
what did you guys see? What's going on?
There was a huge spider that scattered away at the opposite side of Crudyat's manor.
What color?
Seems like white, I believe.
Can I roll a history or arcana check to see if I know what a phase spider is?
I don't know. Let's look up the lore for phase spiders. I mean, I think it makes sense that you might know. So yes, which one do you want to roll? It depends. Like you said, history or arcana. It's gonna.
I'll go with arcana.
Okay. 18's pretty good. Let me see what I can find for you here. Let me take a look. What's your class again, Tim? It's wizard.
He's
right?
I'm a wizard.
Nerd. Reading from books all the time.
Yeah, I think I'm waiting on this thing to load here. I think you've got a basic bit of knowledge about them. They're magical creatures. They have the ability to shift between this plane and the ethereal plane, I believe it is. You do know that much about them. They're also, for an animal, some of them can be fairly intelligent. They're
And
known.
Do I know that they're white and blue or whatever the color was?
Yeah, you might recognize the pattern. They're typically translucent, kind of whitish looking. You could definitely be like, when he describes the color, you could be like, yeah, it definitely matches what a phase spider is. That's what's dangerous about him, is that they can jump to like the ethereal plane, move around, and then jump back. So they're kind of like, if you encounter them, I don't know, in a dungeon or some place where there's some significant like magical fallout, that's, could have taken an effect on spiders in the area or something like that, sort of like a mutation or something. They can be pretty dangerous.
Paranormal spiders.
Yeah.
When Ambient describes it, Meryn kind of stands there for a moment. Well, shit.
Care to share with the rest of us?
I think what Ambient saw was a phase spider.
Okay.
Or it could have just been a regular spider, and Ambient is over exaggerating, like he tends to do.
Right.
Hey, you mean like elves?
Yeah.
Just a little more information
Phase.
since you rolled Arcana. They are not natural. They're created by magic. So, like I said, either magic fallout or some kind of sorcerer or other wizard has imbued them with this ability. All right, sorry. Continue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Not in this world. Yeah.
This
Right,
is a,
not in
this
this
is a
group.
problem.
Orlin is just like.
I don't see. You said it ran away, right?
It ran away. I don't think it will follow us unless I notice it. I'll be out for a lookout for it in case it does follow us.
How long can you maintain this thing to see it?
I just did it 10 minutes ago. I still have 50 minutes.
Alright. I guess keep your eyes open, but if it's not bothering us, I don't see how it's a problem.
I'll be vigilant.
Yeah, not a problem. Yeah.
Why is it a problem? Explain.
They can go back and forth from the ethereal plane at will.
Let's pretend I know what that means. And?
They can disappear, reappear, kill a person, and disappear again. And we can't touch them while they're in there. No, without magic that I don't know.
But it ran away.
How do you know it was that spider? Did you see it too?
It's obvious from the way the Ambient described it. Unless he's lying. And I look at him. I narrow my eyes.
I never tell a lie.
I don't
It was
believe you.
definitely a big spider. It was translucent in some sort.
Well, don't we have bigger problems to
Right.
solve? We don't know how to get into this building.
I don't think that's a bigger problem.
Well,
No.
we have an enemy in front of us and one that is currently gone. I say we deal with the one in front of us.
Suit yourself.
Do you have another idea?
Watch
A way
your
to
back.
attack the spider? See it even?
I've read about them in books, heard about them in stories.
And yet, if you can't see it,
That's the problem.
well, you
You
go ahead
can't
and
see
work
it.
on that problem. Let me know when you come up with a solution.
And when you get eaten first, it's not my fault.
Noted.
Meryn looks over his shoulder a couple times every few seconds.
You can't see it! What's the point?
Okay.
Keep looking over his
All
shoulder.
right. No. Why would we? Don't just keep spare diamonds on me.
You guys kind of got a good bit of gold, right? Could always buy
Huh?
some.
I can't. Isn't it like a 400 GP diamond that you need? Something like that?
It's might be more
Diamonds
than
were
It's
300.
pretty.
Just
Oh,
300.
300. It's
Oh,
pretty
it's less.
big. I don't have that much anymore.
What do you need diamonds for?
Well, you had
Just in case somebody
a lot of
falls
gold.
or
Yeah, we went and spent all of our gold.
What does this mean? What does
Well-
diamonds have to do with if somebody fails?
I could revive them. You know,
Bring
magic.
them back from the dead.
Yes, but not like a zombie, but more of like a. I have this gift of necromancy, I guess.
Okay.
You guess?
Interesting.
Based from my experience, I could revive people. So in case any of you dies, you might at least have spare diamonds with you. Just letting you know
Well,
that.
You
Even
didn't.
so,
You didn't bring him back, but you can bring people back, and she'll point at Havoc when you are talking about this.
he couldn't bring me back because I didn't die.
Okay.
I think he was just unconscious that whole time.
See?
Vaira squints at both of you. It just drops that for now.
I can't wait
Well,
to
you
kill
need
Havoc
diamonds.
again. All right.
So you need diamonds to bring me back if I die.
Yes, I would need diamonds.
How many?
A couple. You know, like expensive ones for sure.
How expensive?
I would say like 300 gold worth. Meta bud.
Meta alert.
Yeah, I mean, we might consider it like a certain weight and diamonds maybe or something. Like if
Yeah.
you're trying, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's a material component. You're using them as a focus or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it does consume that diamond.
Mm-hmm.
So
It does. Yeah.
It is cheap price to pay for life. I will look for
Oh.
diamonds. Maybe buy some later.
Okay. It's good to have at least one in our party,
Can I
just
take,
in case.
while they're talking, can I just take a quick look around, make sure no one's paying any particular attention to us?
What's your passive?
18.
All right. Do you want to roll, or you want to just take the 18?
I'll take the 18. It's pretty high.
All right. Are you just looking? You're just looking like around the crowd and stuff to see if anybody's watching you.
Right, the guards. I mean, I think we said we were like 60 feet or so away from the guards, and we're just kind of in a little huddle near a building talking.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see if anyone in particular is watching us, anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, the people on guard at the gate are definitely watching you guys. You've been standing there for a while now, talking, and there was you got a little boisterous when the thing with the spider happened, right? Also, the guy at the tea stall looks expectantly over at you every once in a while, like expecting you to. He looks anxious. So he maybe he's expecting you to try to get a refund or, you know, reprimand him or something for not delivering the order. Other than that, occasional passersby don't seem to take any mind.
Weren't we talking about the spider in the bond?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. That's fine. So maybe they're not eyeing you a lot. But I mean, you guys have been standing there and looking at the walls and for quite a while. I mean,
We're supposed to be being circumspect about that, but yeah.
yeah. I mean, they're not like
When they stand there for
they're
so
not
long.
like they're not like whispering to each other about you or anything. They're just they're, you know, they're standing at attention and they're just looking in your general direction. That's kind of their job.
Hey, you do something funny, and she looks at you, Havoc.
What'd you say? Something about funny?
Do something funny.
Yeah, you're also
So
wearing
they
funny
think you are
outfits.
street. So that they think you are street performer.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And you juggle something.
No.
I thought
Well,
you were good with your hands.
now that that's settled, back to the problem at hand. So there are defenses on the walls.
There are glyphs protecting the walls. But we're trying to infiltrate right now during the middle of the day.
No, only looking for now. But does that mean we want to go over the walls? You said something about them preventing going under.
There are glyphs. But there seems to be like they're doing construction, if I remember. Just remembering, wasn't there like a wooden wall or something?
Yeah.
That went around the garden area.
Yeah, the garden
by the
area has got like one of those wooden walls that you would grow like vines on or something, you know? Like I mean it's
Oh, Latisse.
yeah, Latisse, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
Please.
yeah. Yeah. That's the entire back wall for the garden area. So you can't really I mean it's a sturdy version of that, but it's not big enough to walk a path on. Right? The stone wall sort of ends like they ran out of stone, or whatever ruin they pulled the stone from, this was all they could get, or whatever. So the stone wall just sort of ends and becomes like a wooden lattice that goes around the rest of the gardens. It would be fairly easy to climb over. It is the same height, but it's not as like wide. But very easy to climb over.
We should write out a plan and not act hastily.
Agreed. Let's go for a walk. We've been standing here too long.
This is why I say you should do show.
No.
All right, so you guys step away from the manor.
Well, if they all agree.
Do what?
I said if they all agree.
Oh,
Yeah. I think we should step out.
Sure. Where are we going?
Let's just do a.
Let's go
like a
look for
circuit.
diamonds.
Yeah, let's do a circuit around the Jade District, back around.
ooh, it's gonna
Should
take
take
a
like
while.
an hour or so. Or two.
Probably a couple hours. Yeah.
It's fine.
Um.
We need time to talk.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right, you guys begin to make the Jade tour or whatever. Yeah.
If we see anywhere that looks like they sell diamonds, we'll.
Oh, I mean, certainly there's a few jewelry stores. You probably find one fairly quickly, I would think.
Vaira will go in.
Yeah, let me see if I can find a jewelry store name. What? Let's see here. Okay, it's called Stone Appeal.
Okay.
All right, it's called Stone Appeal. And it's run by a guy who lives in the Stone District. He just has his shop up here because that's where all the high end clientele are or whatever, right?
Mm.
So yeah, you walk in. It's a nice looking shop from the outside. Fine stained glass windows, like beautiful like copper roofing, and like granite walls and stuff. Yeah, you walk into the place and it's just like a beat up old dwarf sitting behind the counter. And he's got like one of those magnifying glass things hooked up, and he's looking at a jewel, like a jewel through it when you guys walk in. Is everybody okay? Are they having some computer issues?
Yeah, I was searching something.
Right. Yeah, but
Are we all going in, or is just Vaira?
You can come in if you want.
Yeah, we'll follow her. I'll follow her.
I'll go in.
I'll go in about 30 seconds after they enter.
Jesus.
Okay, so all the people going in, do you guys just look like normal folks?
I mean,
Yeah.
it's seeming, so it doesn't go away for 8 hours.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Vaira made everybody look like just normal people.
So, like a stage
except
performer.
for Havoc.
yeah. That's
Havoc's the only one who doesn't look normal because she couldn't figure out what to do about his wings.
Wings, right. And Soul is like a lumberjack or something, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
If that's what he wanted, then she would have kept whatever he preferred, but I think she would have made him look more normal too if...
I mean, he'll just look like a big scruffy man, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, and a flannel shirt. No.
Yes, whichever.
No, I mean, he just kind of like looks up at you guys as you walk in and back down at his work. He's like inspecting the quality of a jewel or something. And he mumbles, "Can I help you with?"
Do you have diamonds?
Got a few. What do you lot need him for?
On that note,
y-
I look at the dwarf, shake my head, sigh, spit on the floor, and walk out.
He just furrows a brow.
I need diamonds.
Right. How much?
Ambient said about 300 gold worth,
Mhm.
right? 300.
He says he says second, and he stands up and he like walks along the counter. And he grabs a set of keys. He walks back and he like leans down behind the counter, and you hear him like tinkering with something. He like unlocks something. And he pulls up like a small like almost like a coin purse, like a small burlap sack, very plain looking, like burlap little sack, coin purse thing with a drawstring on it, and he feels it in his hand, like he weighs it, and he goes, "Huh," and he tosses it on the counter.
Vaira will open it up and motion to Ambient. Is this good?
Yes, I think that's enough.
Do you want
And by any chance, do you guys have a jeweled horn?
a jeweled horn?
Yes.
I don't know what. He's very specific. What is this?
Yeah. It's
Must be a spell component.
it's a component. Yeah, it's a focus. A jeweled horn for hearing.
Interesting.
What's the spell?
I'll link it.
It might say the cost of it in the description. It's the only reason I ask. So I don't know what a random jeweled horn is going to cost. It might be 100. It might be 10,000. I don't know.
If it doesn't list a cost on the jeweled horn, then it's just another component.
It's just a focus worth at least 100 GP.
Okay.
Okay, so you would have
Either
to buy
jewel
one that's worth that.
hearing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it can be it can be either a jeweled horn or a glass eye. Like a is that like a
You need to spend 200 GP for both.
He says, are you all spellcasters? Normally we just get jewelry up in this district.
Actually, we need them as props.
Make a deception check.
Yeah, I'm good at those. All right.
Oh,
Nice.
Luck works.
he says, interesting. Must be a very quality show you're putting on if it has to be real.
Is a private show.
Understood. These people here in Jade, they can tell the difference even if it's on stage.
A dose of realism makes it all the better.
Interesting. You know, I'd love to see such a fine show. Is it exclusive, or is there any way a simple dwarf can get in?
Unfortunately, it's for a
exclusive.
private event.
Kind of like frowns. Understood. Yeah. So he does have a jeweled horn, I suppose you can buy for another 100 gold.
How the hell do you guys have so much money?
We didn't
just
spend
performed.
all of
Oh, well, yeah, I suppose there's that.
Sir, you seem like a very knowledgeable individual. Do you know anything? Do you know of a man named Crudyat?
Crudyat, the guy that lives just down the way.
Yeah. heard some rumblings about a bounty that he's after. Do you know anything about that?
No, but if Crudyat's after a bounty, then whoever he's after is as good as dead. Are you sure he's after? Is he after it himself? I thought the old man was retired, or is he? Is he hiring a bounty on someone?
I'm not exactly sure. I just heard rumblings, people talking, trying to figure out what exactly the real story is.
From what I know about Crudyat, man's an old swords veteran. He was a big general in a recent conflict. Spent most of his life in the military, ascended the ranks. Some major victory won him some award, and military, the court rewarded him in favor with a lot of power, gold. But I was always more of a coins guy myself.
Well, it looks like he's protecting something. I think we just passed his. I don't know if I would call it a house, maybe a mansion. And it looked like it's pretty well guarded.
Always is.
Do people ever come in?
In and out. I mean, the man has his appointments. He seems like an old advisor still. Maybe has regular meetings with other influential people in the court.
You wouldn't happen to know how one can make an appointment, would you?
I suppose you have to know the right person. I wouldn't know who to speak with. Men like that always have at least a few contacts.
Well, we're sort of new to the Jade District. We're no the first place to go to make these contacts.
I mean, if you were acquainted with someone in the court, that would help. Do you know anyone in creation?
Not at all.
Anyone in any important military positions? Any people with power? Any kings, queens, pages, knights?
I look to the rest of the group. You guys?
Even a well-trusted and well-regarded magistrate, if you know one. Anybody. Someone high up in the temples, perhaps? A high priest?
Oh. Well, we probably should be on the lookout for one of those.
Is this inside like a? I assume we're in a building if it's a gem cellar.
Yeah, you're in like a shop.
How did we know it was a gem? This type of shop. Was there a sign, or is there big windows, or?
Yeah, there probably was a sign out front that said like the Stone Appeal and had like a picture of a big diamond on it.
Also, you said there were stained glass windows, so we could probably see a little bit through.
Yeah. I mean, the building kind of shines like a jewel, right? Like copper roof, metallic roofing, and what did I say, like granite walls. The building itself almost looks like a jewel.
So, through the bond, Havoc will say, if you keep asking these questions, he's going to get suspicious and we're going to have to kill him.
I'm okay with this.
Go ahead and kill him. It's a dwarf, not a real person.
Dwarves are real people too.
Eh.
Well, thanks for the chat. And then I walk out the door.
Yeah, he says, you guys pay him, right? Like, you guys don't just steal the stuff. You guys
Yeah.
No, I think Ambien paid him.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah,
yeah,
Vaira
yeah, I
paid.
pay. I hand.
Oh, and Vaira, yeah.
Yeah, he bowes slightly. like just tilts his head forward, and he says, "Thank you for the business." And he says, "Hope those diamonds keep you alive." As you guys walk out the door.
So through the
Exactly.
pond. So, little tip when trying to gather information: don't get it all from one place. Spread it out.
I was just making nice conversation with the man. Seemed like a very nice dwarf.
Yeah, he was actually pretty nice for a dwarf.
Probably because he has to deal with snobby rich people all day.
Yep. Gotta have your manners up.
Yeah, he was probably kind of thankful just to talk to somebody that wasn't posh. You know, like just to be able to interact with some of the quote unquote common folk or whatever. Like he's probably pretty grateful for that. Okay. So you guys got your jewels and your spell components. What's the plan?
I guess, do we finish the circuit around, or do we go back, which would be shorter?
I mean, I'd say you guys are probably haven't gone terribly far. Maybe right here. And I also grabbed the X. I did not mean to do that. The X can stay there. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to continue your circuit around the Jade District, you can. Are you looking for anything in particular? You can always ask directions if you're looking for a place.
I was just asking them what they wanted to do.
The nice dwarf said that we could make an appointment. We find someone who's connected.
And how do we do that without revealing who we are?
Aaron, do you know anyone like that?
Might be able to see what's. Oh, Ambient's
Meryn.
talking in chat. Meryn, he was asking you a question, Tim.
Huh? Oh, wait. Sorry. I spaced out for a little moment. What did he say? My bad.
Do you have any connections that could maybe get us an appointment with Crudyat?
Let me think about that. Can I roll a history check and see if I know anyone?
Like any people of note.
Yeah,
I
or
mean,
something else.
history would be like knowing of them, right? But
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
if you have a connection to them, that might be a different role, right?
What would it be then?
Maybe some kind of charisma check.
Okay.
Or unless
You
you
want
have
me
like
to just do a straight charisma check?
Sure. Okay.
Payroll 20.
Well, I think I know. Wait, nope. He died a few years ago. Died 200 years ago. Nope.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a problem for you.
I mean, if we...
There was that king.
You know,
400 years ago.
You knew a lot of super important gnomish folks, like gnomish nobles from way back in the day. You knew a lot of those guys.
Oh, there was King. He blew up, didn't he?
Aaron, how old are you?
Insight check.
I start counting on 5, 10, 5, 10, 20, 2, 300, 6, 400.
I guess gnomes aren't that good at math then. You have to count still.
Can I roll? I'm just trying to.
Do you want to
to
see
remember.
if you know how old you are? Is
Yeah.
that what you want to do? Yeah, I mean, totally. Whatever check you think makes sense. Maybe wisdom.
Oh, I was thinking history at
History
that
makes
point.
sense. Yeah. History's fine. Okay. So you got 21. So you rolled pretty good.
4,322 next year.
How many years did you spend in Astral Sea?
Okay, wait.
What?
Yes.
Well, that's what my passive was anyways. Do I believe him?
I mean, he's kind of hard to read, I suppose. It's not. Are you not trying to hide anything? Are you, Meryn?
No.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see anything that tips you off to a lie. That's for sure. But it's also what he's saying
How
is
much-
also pretty unbelievable. Like
How
nobody.
much was it? 4,000 something.
Yeah, 4,300 and something.
322 next year.
That's an insane age.
And you're old.
Vaira is assuming that he spent a lot of time in the Astral Sea like she did and is counting like the years of this world instead of
Do I know what the Astral Sea is?
How would you even keep track in the astral
Do you
sea?
want to roll a check to see if you knew what the ethereal
Yeah.
plane was, right?
There is no time.
Can I
Yeah,
roll
the
an
one
Arcana
would
check
keep-
on that?
You can make a check if you want to see like Arcana or. Yeah, you know what the
Jeez.
astral sea is.
Do I know a little bit about Githyanki then?
I mean, probably, yeah.
They are
I'm
the
not a
dominant
Githyanki. I
force
didn't
there.
spend any time
So
there.
So I just want to make sure I know what the astral sea is, like the formless chaos kind of stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is a plane where force of thought can make things happen. And there's
Okay.
no time.
Yeah, okay, cool. I just had a different name for it. I know what you're talking about. It's where the Githyanki and Githzerai come from.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
mean,
but
I've
that's
never
what
been
it
there myself.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it would stand no chance against my intellect, so I couldn't be there.
How can you have been around so long if not through Astral Sea?
And how could you so
Reasons.
such as
So how about that?
Now he
how
seems
can you be that old
he's
bad at lying?
he's definitely avoiding a subject now. He doesn't want to tell you something, Havoc.
So Crudyat, how are we gonna get in? Anyone have any connections?
Nobody likes my ideas, so
Well,
They're terrible.
do we know why we have
You
bounties on
overpay
our
for
heads?
rooms.
You said they're terrible.
What did you say, Vash?
Hold on. Tim, did you say that she said nobody
They're
likes my
terrible.
ideas?
You overpay.
You say you overpay for rooms? Okay, all right. Oh,
it
sorry.
has nothing to do with my plan.
Made me laugh more than it should have.
Eh.
It does demonstrate your naivety, though.
Naivety and stupidity aren't that different.
Well, I suppose if you want to call her stupid, it's your funeral.
Yeah, she's glaring at you right now.
Why do we have bounties on our head? Do we know? We were sent to retrieve something, weren't we?
If somebody wants to try to start putting things together, you can make an intelligence check.
I mean, I don't know if Havoc would really need one to put it together. We were sent to get something, we never returned. I assume that's why.
Yeah, I mean they
Yes.
didn't exactly give you
Um,
much time, right? It's not like you
Right.
it's not like you had enough time to get there and come back before the bounties were issued.
Or it was always part of the plan. Yeah. To just send us out to get it and then have us killed on the way back so that whoever picks it up and brings it back with our bodies doesn't know what they have.
Or they were watching you the whole time,
For that.
right? That's another possibility, right? They were watching you the whole time and you broke some rule.
I like what? Killing someone or like a turtle, maybe?
No, because
Mhm.
they wanted they wanted even Kashama,
True.
and that was before we killed him.
I mean, if the whole
Can I make
Crudyat
an
thing just
intelligence?
sounds like.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
If you
I
want to
was
make,
also gonna make an intelligence check to see if I know what that rule was.
I mean, I wasn't saying it was 100% that was the case. I was just offering up multiple things. Like,
Oh.
you can make an intelligence check, yes, if you like.
Where is it? Intelligence. Nope.
10.
Yep.
You know, if the whole stealing from Crudyat and killing him thing works out in a kind of look around at the group less than perfect manner, we could always just rob this guy. And I point at the jewelry store that we just left.
We're not robbing this guy. He's very nice.
Oh, we'll think about it.
Well,
There's always the
if
option
we have
of
no other options, maybe we can try Vaira's plan.
what was Vaira's plan?
It's like the
Don't
second or
remember it
third
either.
time you said that this session, I think. What was Virus plan though?
Yeah.
Vaira wants to pose as bounty hunters.
Oh, that's right.
And
Like,
return with
and-
some of our bodies or something?
Yeah, Ambien volunteered to act as Vaira.
Okay.
So we kill Ambien and take his body in.
No,
Or
you don't have to kill me.
okay. I just
Well, I mean, it would be more convincing if we did.
Havoc. Did anybody else know who the council was besides Havoc? Like, had heard of them? Did Meryn?
Who-
I don't
Which
remember.
counts?
the assassin group?
Yeah,
thing?
the Council of Wrath or whatever.
Oh,
Don't think that I
Circle of
was there when that happened, when they were investigating that. So I don't think that he knows they're involved at all.
He hasn't
Yeah,
really
but-
told. He hasn't really told anyone that. Hey, it's the Council of Wrath or whatever that's after us.
Circle.
Circle, Council, whatever, same thing. It was definitely Council. I think.
Was it? I
think
wrote
so.
it down when you said it.
I think it was Council. It doesn't matter. The
Sure.
same thing.
Okay.
But here's the thing, Havoc. Make a intelligence check.
Yeah. Good at those
You're
now.
familiar with like bounties and you know, putting a hit on somebody, kind of. You're sort of familiar with that stuff, right?
I'm a bounty hunter. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Here, I can't give you any extra information. What I will say is, like, you know, that it's specifically the Council of Wrath that is after you guys. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. I will say what I was going to say anyways. The only problem with that plan is if we walk through the front door posing as bounty hunters with what they're looking for, all eyes are immediately on us. If we were strong enough to take down whatever query they were after, then they're certainly not going to let us alone with him, are they?
Maybe it's possible to
We may not even see him.
lure one of those guards over to us, and then we can. Vaira can work her magic to poke some information out of them.
If you could influence them into letting us in. that
I
could
look
be
at Vaira. You know Zone of Truth?
Are you still muted, Ella?
Sorry, I had to get the door real quick. No.
Work your mat.
I have it prepared.
What?
Wait, how would Zone of Truth help us? But I'm confused. When did we talk?
Oh, Meryn
What?
was just confused because Ambien said work her magic to get information.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. But we don't. What information is a guard going to have that we need?
How to get in?
Like
We
maybe
know how to get in. Through
change
the
of
front door.
shift.
What we need is an excuse to get in, not how to get in.
I mean,
I
If
think
you
you're
could
all
somehow
overthinking this.
into believing
Again,
that book, then we'd have a way in.
wait till he leaves. Fireball. 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 Fireball.
Well, we could smoke him out, but that draws a lot of eyes here, and that means more guards.
I'll just
We
teleport
cannot.
away.
We cannot kill him
Oh.
until he takes our bracers off.
How do you know?
What
killing
if we let the gnome do his fireball, and then while he distracts them, we go in through the back?
Oh, a sacrificial lamb.
He seems to want to
Except
do
for-
fireball.
Step 4. No. How about we have, and I look at Ambien. Ambien. We kill Ambien. We do part of Vaira's plan. She can do all she wants to take in Ambien, pretend like she's turning him in, get herself killed, and then after that, me and Havoc will fireball it.
Meryn eats a rare candy. Like in the middle,
Yeah.
in the middle of his sentence.
Meryn is evolving.
I don't know that spell. Or any spells.
I keep forgetting.
So you wanted to fireball, right?
And this is why I said we're walking all the way around
Once
the
they're
district.
vulnerable.
Because we're going to be talking for a while.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you guys keep planning. I'm not going to interrupt you.
During this time, does the spider like pop up anywhere while we're walking around?
Are you recasting it before it ends, or are you...
Yeah, how long does it last?
Not yet.
He had
It
50
lasts
minutes
for an hour.
when we walked.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it comes back anytime soon. Like, it's
Okay.
not going to come back anytime in the next hour.
Meryn still continues to look over his shoulder constantly.
It won't come back. It won't come back after that either. I'm not going to have the spider just wait until right when your spell runs out to come back.
Yeah, because I want to know if it's following us.
I mean, you can look around and check corners and stuff. You don't see it. I don't think it follows you guys.
Okay.
I mean, if you really want someone dead, if they're a human, the best thing to do is wait a few hundred years. That usually does the trick.
We still don't know how they react to being attacked, do we?
Which one?
The guards.
Generally, when people are attacked, they're not very happy about it.
Right. If we were to create an opportunity where we could see what they do, that's more information for us.
Soul
Then we
looks
Hire a
to
drunk to attack them.
I have a better way.
Meryn. Didn't you want to fireball them?
No,
Little
not
obvious, don't you think?
not until we're committed to the attack.
Man, you know who would have been dumb enough to take this job? Gilliman. Gilliman would have done it.
Name would have gone down in history.
go in there and he'd cone of cold everybody, and then he'd die. Uh,
What I can do is stealthily make an assault on the base and see what happens.
Okay.
They
Let's try
should
that.
be none the wiser.
Let's try that.
All right. I guess we're
Let's
ready
just.
all
You
the way
said
back.
he's. I mean, Crudyat is human. I'm not wrong about that.
Yes.
Just wait 20 years or so.
I could do that.
He's
I
pretty
don't-
old. 20, 40 years. That should do the trick.
Did you forget the bounty?
Well, I mean, I'm not too concerned about all of you.
Well, then you don't make any money, do you?
Well,
So much for
when I
your
look
level.
at Havoc, I think you have good 20 years left in you. You're the one I made the deal with. I think it's a reasonable bet that Crudyat will die of old age before you.
Not if I'm being hunted. There's very little chance I'll die of old age.
And just lay low for 20 years or so, you'll be fine.
I'll keep that in mind. That'll be plan Z.
In the Gnomish alphabet, Z comes second. So,
That's like the keyboard, huh? French keyboard.
yeah. What's the keyboard?
All right. Anyone else? Anyone else have anything to say?
Why don't we try your plan?
so the plan is Havoc goes in alone. I just want to clarify.
I know what the plan is. I'll tell you what the plan is.
I think I know what the plan is.
Yeah. Tim should have a general idea.
I wish I did.
No, because then you plan for it. Never tell the GM more than you have to. You're like a cop.
Yeah, it's not like I need to have a map ready or anything.
Nope.
Okay.
Are we just
Any objections?
are we just going to let you attack first and then see what happens, or should we like try to infiltrate while you're attacking?
Nope, this is just to see what they do when they're under attack.
Okay, well, I trust you.
Can I roll an insight check to see if Meryn knows what Havoc's planning? Based off of
150
what I
feet.
know about his abilities. Some sort of
Sure.
check.
Yes.
Because I think I know what it is.
So this is something that I'm surprised no one commented on, but he would remember the abilities that Havoc had before, which are very different from what he can do now.
That's a good point.
He
I
would
figured we
know
were
about
kind
the
of just
stats, they're the same,
ignoring the
but
respecs.
it's part of my guy's story.
Yeah, that's a good point. Now that I think about it, I probably haven't seen really any of your abilities at all.
Well, you did know about the mind link, like that didn't change from before.
Yeah,
You'll be able
but
to
I
do
haven't seen any new stuff yet.
Right.
So actually, I probably wouldn't know what you were planning.
You have seen the apparition thing, but that's pretty much it.
No, because when you were teleporting up the wall, I wasn't there, and
Oh yeah, you were
the
gone.
fight where you used it, I wasn't there, so I haven't seen it at all.
That's right.
So I don't know what you're planning then. I wouldn't have any way of knowing it.
Right. Tim knows. Meryn doesn't.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. I don't make a roll.
Okay,
Let's do it.
so you guys head back to Crudyats, I guess.
Well, is there a reason that we have to go back? Can't Havoc just go on his own
They
You
can.
guys need
and
to
report back to us?
Well, I mean, we need to watch Havoc die so that we can figure out
Yeah,
how to do it.
it might
the
be
correct way
smart to
after.
have backup just in case something goes wrong. Right? I don't know what Havoc's planning, but if they catch him or something, that might be an issue. I don't know. Like, he might need you guys there to bail him out. I don't know what he's planning. I don't think he would tell you that.
Soul doesn't either, but he just trusts him.
I look at Havoc. If you get caught, do you want me to kill you before they take you inside?
They're not going to be taking me, and I'm not going to get caught.
Okay, don't worry. If you get caught, I'll kill you.
Okay.
All right. So who is
Just
going?
don't try to dodge the fireball when it comes at you.
So who is what?
Who is hanging out by the by Crudyats while this is happening?
So I would tell them to wait about 60 to 90 feet away, somewhere over here.
But sounds like Meryn
Um,
wants to hang out with you. Or I guess-
I'm
I guess-
hanging out around the area, but I'm not gonna hang out.
Yeah,
I'm
they'd be
leaving.
within visual range, basically, so they can see.
And
Okay.
I'm not gonna clump with the rest of the group during this. I
Okay.
don't want to be associated with that. I'll stay on the other side of the building for them.
I have a plan. Fine.
All right. So what do you do, Havoc? What? It's
I-
probably
how
been
long-
a couple hours, so
Right.
it might be getting close to evening. Here, wasn't it like afternoon, really late afternoon, a minute ago? I don't recall what time it was.
It was. We came right here from the inn in the morning, so it was pretty early.
Oh, okay. All right. Never mind.
It'd be like noonish now.
Okay. Cool.
But I just tell all them to observe, watch what they do. Remember, start coming up with a plan if we figure something out.
Okay.
And then I go walking along the street, somewhat nearby the building, within, say, 30 feet.
Okay.
Just walking past, basically.
Oh.
And once I, about abreast of the guards, I will have one of my manifestations appear right in between them, which there's no visual indication that I did anything. It just appears. And it looks like the real me, not the disguised me.
Okay.
And
There's no verbal or somatic component or anything to this?
Nope.
Okay. So
and
it
I w-
appears by them, like in between them, that I'm guessing they're like standing opposite ends of the gate or whatever. Like the
so a shadowy, horned demon-like figure appears between them.
yeah. Okay.
And then go on.
I mean, does it do anything or does it just appear there?
I'm going to have it attack one of them, which means technically I attack through it.
They would recognize it as Havoc, right?
I mean,
I don't know. Do they know who Havoc is?
it
do they-
looks yeah.
I mean, there's
it
a bounty of him.
Well, yeah, it looks like the real Havoc, but in like a
Right.
shadow form or like a photo negative form, kind of. I mean,
And I'm just kind of watching out of the corner of my eye.
yeah, okay. Do you want to make an attack roll with this guy? Hang on a second.
Sure.
Let me find the thing. Where's the thing?
So Psychic Blade appears, and then shoo,
With a 23, I'm pretty sure that hits.
I hope so. If not, I'm running away.
Yeah.
Yep,
De-
I'm
de-
still one-horned. Yep.
Definitely hits. Okay.
So the blade sinks into him. It comes from him, so it appears as if the thing like moves forward and the blade sinks into him, and then the blade disappears.
Okay.
Because psychic blades disappear once I've thrown them. And then my image, I assume it would still be my turn if I'm making the attack, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you've got like other actions you can use in the same turn, go for it.
So, and then as soon as my blade or my image stabs him, it turns towards the gate and runs forward towards it. And as soon as it's 30 feet out of range, it disappears.
Okay. Well, it hits the gate and is dissipated immediately.
Well, once it's yeah, that's fine too. That's basically the effect that I was going for. Because
yeah.
once it's 30 feet from me, it disappears.
Oh, okay. Well, if it goes to run through the gate, I mean, it's only a few feet to the gate from where the guards are.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't you can't teleport it through the wall, or it can't just like mist through the gate or whatever. So it just like hits this like it's like an iron bars gate. Like it's like an iron bars gate that locks. It's not extremely wide. It's maybe like 3 to 4 feet wide, and about 6 feet tall. But it's just like in the middle of the stone wall. So it's just like this opening. This is like this ironclad gate. And the guards are guarding on opposite sides of the gate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it runs towards the gate like it's going to storm through the gate, and then it hits the gate and just smoke.
Dissipates.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted.
And the guard, like he grasps at his torso where the thing would have stabbed him, and there's nothing there. Like he reaches to pull a blade out, and there's nothing there. And then he looks up at the other guard, and the guy just nods, and they like start clashing. They have like some spears and shields. They clash their spears and shields together a couple of times. You hear scrambling from behind the gate. You hear people start running, stomping, like the sounds of armor jingling. And within about 10 seconds, there's a bell ringing from the manor grounds. It's like a big church bell, kind of like a metal brass church bell.
Okay.
Yeah, and you just hear loads of people coming out. Are you still like, after you stab the guy, are you still like within a few feet of the guards?
No, so Havoc continues strolling along, and then once they start making noise, he would kind of casually look over and just continue his trek until he's, up here somewhere.
I mean, if it happened as you're walking by, they're gonna try to stop you.
Well, I assume I wasn't the only person on the street.
Okay.
I was just walking by.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. They'd have no reason to think it was you more than other folks.
Right.
Yeah, so there's just a commotion, and you see a bunch of guards running up along the top of the stone wall and taking stations, aiming crossbows down over the streets. People in the streets kind of start freaking out.
Right.
The guard presence from like the proper like Jade District, like a ragtag group of those guys, after probably like a minute or two, come running in from up the street to like check on why the bells are ringing or whatever. And before you know it, there's probably like 6 to 8 guys on the outside of the gate, standing like Spartan style with like a shield and a spear up, like you shall not pass through this gate kind of thing. The guards come up and they start talking with them to figure out what's happened. One of the guys is like, "Oh, I was attacked by a specter. Shadowy demon," and the other guys were like, you don't look wounded, and there's like a bit of back and forth.
So how many guards appeared?
6 to 8 came outside to guard the actual gate itself.
They raised the gate and they came out and shut it?
Yeah, there's still plenty of people behind the gate and on top of the wall.
How many people are on the wall?
There's probably at least 4 guys on top of the wall with crossbows that are just sort of watching the street, scanning, looking for any like sudden movements. the crowd is basically like anybody that does walk by now is walking by on the opposite side of the street. They're trying to get as far, to give as wide a berth as they can.
Right.
Nobody's trying to get shot, basically. And like the Jade District guard who run up, they're wearing like their green uniforms or whatever. They are basically like helping corral the crowd around the area. So a lot of them are like, don't come closer. There's probably like 5 to 6 of these guys. And make a perception check.
Okay. Do I need, my passive is 18. Do I need to make one or?
Yeah, I'd like you to make one.
Okay. Big numbers.
Okay, cool.
Slightly better.
So the J District guard, just like checking out their gear and checking out these guys at the gates. These guys guarding the gates are much more well equipped than the town guard, basically,
Okay.
which is kind of odd. There seem to be more of them. They're better equipped. Their gear is more solid. They're also just bigger dudes, like they're almost like intimidating the local guard a bit. Like the guards are asking them what they should do, kind of thing.
And from what I see, like the guards immediately don't suspect them of any wrongdoing. They're helping defend the place.
Oh yeah, for sure. For
So
sure.
there's obviously some type of understanding there already.
Oh yeah. Definitely. After like a minute, 2 minutes solid of the bells ringing, once the guards have sort of arrived, and they've started corralling people and stuff, it's probably been like 3 minutes or so now since you stabbed the guy. The bell's no longer ringing, and they just kind of stay grouped up for a while. Some of them are talking, mumbling to each other back and forth, and they're probably gonna they're definitely has been a like doubling of the on the clock guard, right? They're definitely a lot more defensive now. The guy that you stabbed doesn't seem all that bothered. Like he's not wounded. He stays on his shift. He's not. I mean, you hurt him, right? Like you did damage to the guy, but
Right.
it wasn't a significant amount of damage.
How many? Sorry, go on.
I mean, it just wasn't enough for him to take the day off or anything.
Right. How many guards are assuming this is like the gate or something? How many guards are farther towards this end where the wooden wall is?
They still avoid that area.
And what about the ones on the wall? How close are they to the area?
I mean, I think the way that the wall is set up, there's like almost like a bastion at the top above the gate, so like a area where you could stand and get cover, and that's probably where they're lined up right now. I think before the incident, they were probably walking all along this stone wall,
Spaced out.
but it's
Right.
probably 100 feet or so from where it turns to wood, maybe a couple 100 feet even. It's a pretty decent distance. They, I don't think they can like see into the garden from here. If that's what you're asking, like they're not patrolling the garden for some like at all. They're very focused on the street right now, and they've doubled like the people on the street, but it seems like they're ignoring the garden entirely.
Okay.
Even the guys who are on the wall who could like turn and look towards the wooden wall, they don't. They just don't seem concerned with it at all.
Okay. I will take that as a success, and I will probably hang out on the other side of the street and say, through the bond, well, now we know.
What do we know?
They respond quickly and in force. The town guards seem to be supporting them.
So what are our options?
How far? So people are still walking along the street, going the other way.
I mean, Yeah, so basically, let's say the street is like 30 feet across. Now they only have like 2 or 3 feet on the opposite side of the street from the manor to walk on if they're going across from either direction.
And
Like,
how many people are still making that crossing back and forth?
not many people. A lot of people have just like are like start to walk up, they see the commotion, they turn around and walk away.
Okay.
Like they're just like, screw it, I'll go around the long way or something, you know. Most people, I think they don't want to deal with it. By the way, Unrooted, I think, was cheering you on in the chat. Wolf.
Thank you. When I know you mentioned that like they were going to try and stop me and then change their mind, because I was trying to appear as casual as possible, did any of them take any particular notice of me when I was walking by and the commotion first started? Or did it seem like it to me?
I doubt they would have really paid attention to you because of your disguise, right? You don't look like a threat. You look like a stage performer.
I look weird. And I acted like the rest of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try one more thing. I'm gonna tell them through the bond, and I'm gonna walk back across, sticking to the far edge like everybody else is, and like quickly walking while keeping my head down to try and imitate what everyone else is doing, a little bit fearful.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna summon the thing 30 feet in the air, glance over, and then point up at it and go, "What is that?"
Yeah, there's like you hear a couple people go like gasp and point up, like I think, and then there's like a couple of the guard like put their hands in their waist or like scratch their head under their helmet and like stare up at this thing. Maybe a couple people like draw a sword. Yeah, and now there's like a crowd. Once this scene happens, it starts to become a scene, and there's like multiple people like, oh my gosh, what is this thing in the sky? It's a monster, it's a demon, I seen it. I think it attacked that man over there. And like there's a bunch of this, and it's like causing a stirring. And the guard is trying to keep people back, and like there's it's a scene is starting to happen.
Okay. So I'm like to this edge, right?
Sure, like you're on the other Yeah, you're on the other side of the property or whatever.
Yeah, I will have the apparition. It doesn't actually like flap its wings or fly like I do. It just kind of hovers. I will have it zoom off towards the temple district and towards the wall and then disappear once it gets out of range.
Okay, so it does that, and you're like people groaning and like.
I start running this way like I'm scared of what's going on, but I'm watching what they do. So it went this way. I'm going this way. Continuing.
Yeah, I mean the people guarding the walls and stuff, they just kind of hunker down. They don't seem particularly fearful. I think the guys guarding, like the mercenaries guarding the walls, they don't even make a noise. Like they're just silent.
Okay.
And they're just like they hold up their shields and put forward their spears like they're ready for something to charge at them. They're just waiting for the combat to start, kind of. The other guards, like the town guards, are probably a bit confused. There is like one person who's like, "Oh, it's a sign of the end times," or something like that. The general crowd is pretty frightened by this, and yeah, there's a sense of awe.
Do the town guards, like the actual Jade District guards, do they do anything? I kind of assumed they would start heading towards the gate to say something flew over or something.
Yeah, like you had it go over this gate into the temple district, right?
Well, I had it go over the wall, just straight across from where it appeared and straight towards the wall and over it until it disappeared.
I think what they do is the first thing they're gonna do is try to calm the people in the area down. Make sure that nobody like runs up to these guards or anything. But as long as the crowd is not too unruly, and everyone kind of chills here, the first thing they're gonna do is they're gonna go to this gate and just make sure that the people stationed at this gate are okay. and they're going to ask if there's like, they're going to report in here and see if there's any commotion in the Temple District. The thing is, the Temple District has their own quote unquote guard, right? Like all the districts kind of do.
Well, I was just wondering if they were like drawn off by it, if they run to go and reinforce that area, or if they just send a single person to go and notify them, or how they react to it.
They don't. They don't really react to it. They watch it happen, then they secure the immediate area with the crowd, assuming that
And then they
assuming that happens fairly quick. They all the Jade District guards walk back towards this gate to report in.
Okay, that's all I wanted to find out.
Yeah, I mean, they might run back. They might not walk. They might go with some intensity, right? Like there is something happening.
And I will like go somewhere where I break line of sight with the guards, so they don't see where I go. So I go slightly down an alley or something.
Sure.
In this area where they all are.
Okay.
And through the bond, I'll say, and doesn't look like we can draw them off easily. They don't appear willing to chase.
Did not think so.
So the frontal idea doesn't sound like a great idea anymore, does it, Vaira?
I don't know what you are trying to prove.
Well, if we appear as bounty hunters, then all those men who are now standing out front would be surrounding us when we went inside.
They'll be surrounding us when we go inside either way.
Not if we do what we always do and sneak in the night.
This is what we always do.
That's what I always do.
Bum bum bum.
What's
Sorry,
that?
it's a good time for dramatic music. I didn't have the music cue ready. All right.
Maybe. Yeah. Feel free to try if you'd like.
Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting Ambien is talking in the Roll20 chat.
There won't be anyone to revive you.
That's a problem there. Maybe we could just take one guard. Maybe I could seduce one.
And what does that accomplish?
Less guards.
You want to find out if they go to tavern or something and then knock some out and go in their place?
Oh, that sounds like a good idea too.
We would need you to disguise us. I assume they know each other's faces.
Yes.
And we don't know how they act when on duty, but it's an option. Any other ideas?
What if we try that wooden gate? The garden.
I'm wary of that. Did you notice that they didn't even glance over there? They weren't concerned at all. The only reason that would be is if they're absolutely certain that it's safe. That probably means there's some type of defenses we can't see.
So then what do you propose we do then, Havoc?
Not sure yet.
We can always try to gather more information.
Such as?
I don't know, maybe People in the Jade District know more.
Just remember, people take note of people who ask questions about powerful individuals.
That's why we have this, guys.
Well, I gave my suggestions.
It's a good
Don't
idea.
really know what else to do.
Do you have you haven't demonstrated the ability to like change your appearance a lot, right? It's just been this and your normal form.
I did alter self.
I don't know what the Havoc doesn't know if you can repeat that though, or if it's only one form you can take. Or...
I can cast a spell to make myself look different, similar to Vaira's, but it doesn't last as long.
How often can you do it?
Probably around 3 times a day if I can stretch it.
As long as you make sure no one sees you change your form, and you take a different form every time you question people, that could work. Preferably
Cool.
not that you're using now.
I don't know. I don't want to be the only person asking questions. Maybe it's better if we all do.
Want me ask questions? I can.
See, leader here can ask questions.
I think you're unfamiliar with how she asks questions. Vaira, how would you ask someone some questions? Especially if you thought they didn't want to tell you.
Well, first you ask, and if they say no, then you pull out the dagger. You get where I'm going with this.
We do. Well, anyone else that can change forms could. Same rules.
So
I think
then
all
I
three.
can go ask.
Someone has to go with Vaira. I don't trust her. Don't come back to me like you didn't want to talk.
I can go with Vaira.
I don't mind.
You could. Meryn, did you have any bright ideas from what you saw?
I've given my input. Wait 20 years.
You can turn invisible, can't you?
I can what now?
Turn invisible.
Well, I'm sure that they have some sort of way to stop that.
There's only one way to find out.
Yep. I'll cast it on Ambien and he can go first.
Well, maybe you just cast it on me. I
Tell
think
me
my
when you
next
need
move
it,
is
and I'll give it a try.
I can scout it out tonight and see how things change in the nighttime, especially if I'm invisible. I'd prefer if you come with me.
Fine.
Good. Then it's a plan. You three can gather information and we will scope it out a little further.
Also gather.
Oh, I just assumed you wanted to go with them. You could go with us if you want, Lara.
No, we gather information from people and you gather information from watching.
Right.
All right. So what's the plan? Ambien and
Does that work?
Ambient, Vaira, and Soul are talking to people.
hopefully disguising themselves.
Yes. Getting
And then,
information.
and then once night falls, Havoc and Meryn are gonna sneak around the base thing,
All right.
invisible and stealthily.
Hang on. My there's a refresh roll 20. It's been giving me a lot of trouble today, specifically.
I hate
It's
that.
been troublesome for the last couple of weeks.
I
And my
finally,
Sunday game,
I'm not getting the weird Technicolor gradient everywhere like I was anymore.
Well, like right before the show, I was getting random disconnects a couple times.
yeah.
And stuff like
In
that.
my Sunday game, we have somebody who couldn't even get it to work on any browser or any device that they had, so somebody from our group had to stream it for them.
Man.
It was pretty bad. And they looked up and found out a lot of people were dealing with that.
Yeah, I don't know. Seems like they've been having a few problems lately. They'll probably get it sorted eventually. Okay, so I reloaded and it's not loading, right? Hang on a second. Like reloaded, it looks the same, but it has no text or anything. That map image is wrong. Whatever.
If you need a minute, we could take our break
We
half hour
could.
early.
Yeah, why don't we take the break now? That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take like 5 or 10. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Cool.
All right, thanks, guys. If you enjoy the video, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe.